Uh, Coach, once again, you guys pull away with a tight victory here. What did you see from your team tonight? How did you enjoy their response after that road trip?
Very much, I enjoyed it. Coming off a very tough road trip. I mean, besides the games, people don't understand. Like, we're not traveling charter in first class when we go to Mexico City, so it is a challenge regardless. And the elevation definitely does make a difference for a lot of our players. So for us to come back and bounce back the way we did tonight, I think it shows a lot of our character and resiliency. And honestly, I give a lot of kudos, I have to say this, to our fans. Like, you guys bring the energy for us, and it does make a difference for us. So when the Valley shows up for us, we do our best to try to show up for the Valley. So I really do appreciate the community support and fan support. And just an overall great team win. And I can go down the line and say something good about every single player. And, even after the game right now, when I was talking to the team, you look at Cam Matthews' numbers, and they don't reflect the impact that even he made on the game tonight. But I think we had a lot of guys that stepped up in meaningful ways. It's just a good team win. Again, I'm looking forward. I'm always going to say, can we continue and show some consistency in the way we just played tonight as we face this team again tomorrow? I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments and want to come back and play harder, be a little bit more aggressive. So we have to make sure we're ready for that.
Coach, going into halftime, you guys were down 10. What was the message and how you guys were able to flip the script and open up a 10-point lead in the fourth?
I just think we got lackadaisical at the end of the second quarter. We are the pressure and everything we had been doing up until that point we didn't do, and it was just we get back to the basics, back to who we want to be, who we're trying to evolve into becoming as an aggressive defensive team that we can force turnovers and then turn the turnovers into points. We forced 21 turnovers, 27 points. That's a big deal for us. And I hope that we can live in that zone right there. We're forcing a lot of steals and turnovers, and then we can transition our defense into easy offense.
And in the fourth quarter, after you guys took a 11-point lead, they sort of came back and then saw a timeout. Well, what do you tell your team?
It's not. I didn't have to say a lot, to be honest with you. Like, our guys know this basketball is a game of runs. We made one hell of a run. Now it's just, can we cut their run a little bit short, which we did. We did a pretty good job adjusting. Also, at the time we had a group in there, been on the court for quite a few minutes. So I think the timeout and giving them a chance to breathe for a little bit helped a lot. And then after that, it was just about going in there and finishing the game. I think that we showed some resiliency on the defensive end, especially in the fourth quarter. I want to say we did a better job of not fouling. In the second half in general, to be honest with you, we did a better job of not fouling. They still shot 13 free throws for 22 points. So I think we really cut that down in the second half, which makes a big difference. So if we can defend without fouling, then we get stops and we get out running, that's just, like I said, defense transitions into offense.
Last one on my end, Coach. You talk about just playing with the short bench. You may not have the same 8 guys, but you're still playing with 8 guys that can give you a lot of minutes. Well, what's kind of been that message between you and those 8 guys that you have just on a daily basis? I mean, there's only been 1-2 games where you had full complement guys there.
Yeah. The one thing I said before the game for them is just go out there and give it everything you got. When you're tired, let me know, and you'll get right back in there. That is the way we have to roll with the numbers we have. A lot of teams and a lot of times you have players that want to stay in just because they don't want to cut short their minutes. But now everyone's going to play. There's no question about that. So now it's just on me to try to make sure I'm monitoring or managing as best I can the exhaustion levels, the amount of time people are in the game as well. I try not to run guys more than 9 to 10 minutes maximum at a time before I get them out. So it's just trying to monitor that so we can have fresh guys in at the end of the game. Or even tonight, I'll be honest with you, there's guys who are in the game that I would have loved to get them out because they had ran 9-10 minutes in a row. But when you're rolling, you want to keep them in, especially to finish the game. You just need to finish the game. God bless, guys.
John, big win for you guys back at home, talking about the game after you guys were down 10, coming out of the half and taking over the lead in the fourth.
Going into halftime, we pretty much talked about it before the coaches came in the locker room. Their run was everything, all the mistakes we made. It was nothing they did that we couldn't guard, like communicating, talking. So we just made sure to do a better job of that in the second half.
And when you guys took over that lead in the fourth quarter. They sort of came back. Then you guys reestablished the lead. Talking about what you talked with the players in the bench once you got a timeout of the establish your game.
Honestly, I give credit, like JB said, I give credit to the fans. We thrive off the fans' energy. When they get loud, it makes us want to play harder. It makes us want to do everything. It makes us want to do more of everything. Everything, dive on the ground, playing defense with intensity. And just the bench guys, like we hit a shot, we see the whole bench go crazy. It just uplifts every player on the court. And that's a great feeling to have as a teammate.
All right, 2 questions on my end. First off, the creation of turnovers. Coach has always credited you about being that ball hawk that you prowess on, and I've seen your games in college as well. What's kind of been that transition from you from your first year being as a Viper through now that you've been able to read defenses and being able to cause a lot of those turnovers and try to create easy transition baskets for your other teammates?
I feel like on the court, everybody has a different calling card, whether it's offense or defense. I take pride in defense. I feel like that's my calling card. That's been my calling card for this team for 3 years now, and I just got better and better each year. So, I mean, I love playing defense. I get a steal. Like I said, I just love when the crowd go crazy. It's a free, fast break for me to get a dunk if I get a steal. So.
Understood. And then tonight, you guys had 29 assists on 47 field goals. I mean, I know you guys are a team, like when you go on offense, the first shot's not always like your best shot, but you guys, coach has always thrived on passing the ball and trying to find the best basket available. In your time here, what's kind of been that growth for you, just trying to find that pass or after a turnover specifically, like you've always hard defensively knowing that your team goes through that first?
We try to work on consistency because we have games where we pass the ball a lot and we have games where we're stagnant. So we're working on getting the ball to opposite sides of the court at least 2 times and 3. Every time we do it, we get a shot. We get an open shot, we get a dunk, we get an open 3. So it's just all about consistency and just doing it every time, even when we get tired. I think when we get tired, it's just we forget things and we want to do everything by ourselves. But we see when we play as a team, we can play against the best.